In every job, especially in service-related industries, there's this expectation that front-of-the-line employees will have a certain level of emotional self-control or self-mastery so that they're able to handle interacting with customers and guests. And basically, it's a fancy way of saying putting your game face on. And, as somebody who's been in this industry for a long time, it's probably one of the things that we're all most challenged by, especially on days when we're not feeling it, when we have other things going on in our lives that are tugging at us emotionally or physically, mentally, spiritually, what have you. But I think about it in two parts. And the first part is obviously the emotional labor that we put out, that I put out every night to interact with guests. And in the beginning of my career, this took a lot more effort, because I wasn't as confident as a server as I am now. I've just been doing this long enough that most of this is muscle memory at this point. And I'm sure that most of you, a lot of you can relate to that. The other part, though, is the effort that it takes to get along with my coworkers. And, I talk to a lot of people at work, and we all tend to agree that that's the most challenging part about being a waiter at this point. When you've been doing this for a number of years, it isn't about interacting with the guests. I mean, aside from a few situations here and there, if you've been doing this long enough, that part of it is almost mindless. You do it with your eyes closed. It's when you get somebody on the staff, a new hire, that has some emotional baggage or an inability to handle stress that throws off the balance of the team and makes doing your job that much harder. So I encourage you, if you haven't already developed some sort of daily habit around self-care, and whatever that is, it doesn't have to be the things that I talk about. Maybe it's cycling or surfing or yoga or being with your children. Whatever it is, schedule it, make it a habit. That's the thing that I guess I would be emphatic about. I speak from personal experience here, and this is just something that I obviously needed to do for myself, because whatever I was doing in the past just wasn't working. It wasn't until I began a daily habit, a daily routine of walking, meditation, stretching, push-ups, kind of wrapped up into about an hour and a half of also listening to something motivational. That whole package that I put together for myself has made a huge difference. It's the whole reason why I started this channel, this Facebook page, why I have kind of added it onto the business that I already have. I want to develop this and spread the word and see if there are other people out there that are doing the same. We work in a tough industry. I don't care what anyone else says. Specifically the front of the house, it's taxing, it's tolling, it takes it out of us. And maybe people, maybe you are someone that for whom this all kind of comes naturally, and you can go into work and have a difficult shift and go home and go right to sleep. But for some of us, it's hard. We take it home with us. We spend a couple of hours either drinking or smoking or watching mindless television or doing God knows what else, trying to metabolize the stress of this industry. And if we are planning on staying in it for any length of time, for any reason, we have to find, I believe, some better strategies for managing and metabolizing this kind of workplace stress, period. All right, that's me. I'll get off my soapbox now. Thanks for your attention. Thanks for your time. I hope this is helping you. Please leave me a comment. Let me know. And go out there and have an awesome shift.